How's it going, Yankee fans? Welcome to the post-game show. The Yankees just beat the Tampa Bay Rays 4-2, but it was a bit of a tumultuous outing. Really poor behind the plate officiating and umpiring. A lot of missed strikes, a lot of just really terrible calls across the board. Aaron Judge had some strikes called at him that were below his knees, and it was just pretty abysmal all around. But this was an interesting game, ups and downs. Clay Holmes, some unlucky situations, an infield single, driving in the tying run, Aaron Hicks coming up in a big spot. A lot to break down and kind of give you guys some takeaways from this contest. And what was a Yankees win? And, I'll take these wins any day of the week. Wandy Peralta ended up coming in and closing this game out with 2 runners on. So pretty interesting here, Ryan. But how you doing today? And what are you thinking about this win?
I'm doing great. My mic fell over, so that was. I mean, the game was just wild, right? Like you look at Wandy Peralta at the end there, like it was dicey. Clay Holmes, as you mentioned, it was dicey there as well. Cole pitched his butt off, right? Like this is why you signed Gerrit Cole, for him to go out and have outings like this, for him to go out and in a stretch where you need your bullpen to kind of get some rest. He goes out there and he gives you 7+ innings, right? When you look at the lineup too, I know that they struggled a lot to put runs across the board, but when they needed to get those runs in, they did. Rizzo had a great at bat against McClanahan to jump on him early and give the Yankees an early lead. And you saw with Hicks there, right? He got a pitch he liked to hit and he drove it. And this team has shown they win a lot of ways, right? Like after that Toronto game, you definitely look at a game like tonight, like it's now 2-2 instead of 2-0 after Holmes comes in, and you're like, okay, this is where it's going to happen again, right? The Yankees are about to blow another one. This is kind of where they start going on that rough stretch. And instead of letting things spiral, they come together. They get punched in the mouth 2 nights in a row in the 8th inning, and they come together and they have a big time 9th inning and go on and win this game. So that's just what a really good team does, and I'm very impressed by the performance tonight.
Yeah, I mean, look, both pitchers, Shane McClanahan and Gerrit Cole, were absolutely on fire. They had a combined 20 strikeouts. Cole went 7.1 innings, giving up just 1 earned run, 3 walks, 12 Ks, over 111 pitches, lowering his ERA to 3.14. McClanahan, obviously, Anthony Rizzo, the dude is just absolutely red hot this month. He is on another level, hitting 238 on the season. But in the month of June, the guy is hitting 286 with a 37.5% on base rate. He has 7 homers, I guess eight homers now. He's hitting a little bit better. They haven't factored in tonight's game just yet. And then 20 RBIs. He's absolutely on fire. Nice to see him get another homer and really start off the game in a big way. Hitting one off of McClanahan is tough enough. Doing it in the first inning is even more difficult. So really nice to see Anthony Rizzo continuing his streak of just really, really great play. But overall, man, the Yankees struck out 11 times. Like you said, tough to get runs across the board against a guy like McClanahan. They had to wait until he was out of the game to start tagging some of these relief pitchers and Thompson, Falker, and Adam. And thanks to Adam, the Yankees really just managed to squeak by. Aaron Hicks had that double off the right field wall. Margot goes flying into the wall, has to get taken out of the game. Tough, man. You know what I mean? So it is what it is. This is a pretty interesting performance from the Bombers, but they managed to extract that win, and that's really all that matters. Hicks coming up big. Donaldson had a pretty solid game, had 2 hits and a run. Rizzo, obviously, but, Judge had a walk, struck out twice. Stanton struck out twice. The sluggers were rather quiet. It was really like some good contact hitting, and Rizzo's solo blast that really came through, and Trevino had that sac fly in the 8th inning to give him a little 4-2 lead right there. But like the pitching performances were really, really solid. Holmes didn't have his regular accuracy, but nothing to worry. I think Tropicana is a tough, interesting place to pitch. I'm not really worried about Holmes at all. He's due for a subpar outing, and it wasn't even that bad. He really just got unlucky with the infield single and a couple of really poor strikes and poor balls called that didn't go his way. So, from your perspective, what was the catalyst for the Yankees in this win?
I would have to say it's Gerrit Cole, right? If you look at the offense, it wasn't really clicking towards the end. If you look at the bullpen, like they're clearly kind of going through something right now. They don't like when you have King unavailable because he was used in that second game of the series. It's hard for you to kind of bridge to Holmes. Holmes had his first real rough outing of the year. You look at Wandy, right? He did a job obviously tonight, and I'm really, really glad that he was able to come in and kind of close the door on Tampa Bay, even though things got a little scary there at the error. But Gerrit Cole, if he doesn't have that great of an outing, right? Like the Yankees have to go to different guys they don't trust as much, and God knows how that game ends up going, right? Like Gerrit Cole manned up tonight and went out and pitched against a division rival and pitched his butt off. There's I think it's unfair the kind of reputation Cole has as not a big game pitcher because of the wild card game. This is a guy that's sub-3 ERA in the postseason. This is a guy who's night in and night out a guy who can give you 7+ innings. This is a guy who has an overpowering fastball, wipeout slider, wipeout stuff, and he showed up tonight and he saved your bullpen. If he doesn't go 7 innings, the Yankees lose this baseball game. Every single out he got, it was imperative for the Yankees winning this baseball game. And it's really, I hope it gets appreciated that Gerrit Cole took his pitching staff, put them on his back, and won the baseball game.
Yeah, he's gonna need a nice massage tomorrow because all that weight is definitely he's gonna feel that.
Yeah.
So look, that's why you're paying him $30 million a year, to have performances like this. Now, when your starting pitching is this good, it really supplements some adversity that the bullpen is facing, and they are facing a couple of injuries right now. And of course, they don't have Loisaca, they don't have Britton, they don't have Chapman. Wandy, Peralta, and Banuelos, and Holmes has been put in really tough spots. Like, they're trying their best. And Tropicana is a tough place to play. A lot of open ground. You saw at the end there, the Yankees almost ran into each other a couple of times. Gallo and Gleyber Torres just trying to track down fly balls, and then Aaron Hicks coming up with that fly ball at the end. With everybody converging, there's just so much space, and it's easy to like run into each other because of the lighting systems, and it's just a very strange place overall. But I will say, really impressed with this Yankee team, just fighting and showing their resiliency. They've been really resilient the last couple of games, against Toronto. Yeah. I will say, like, the loss, of course, sucks, but they put up 9 runs. Like any other game, that's a win. So I will say I really am happy to see that they're fighting. The offense is really doing what they need to do. They bounced back after a tough 8th inning, put some runs on the board, gave Gerrit Cole that win. And I think that they needed to do that for him because he came out there and kicked some serious ass. So, overall, really happy with his performance. I believe we have Nestor Cortez tomorrow. Is that right?
I believe so. I'll double check now, but it would have to be him because Severi, Tyone, and Monty all pitched against Toronto. So it has to be Nestor. Yeah.
Right.
And we don't know who's going for Tampa. We don't know who's going for Tampa. It's TBA.
Interesting. Okay. So, I mean, they've already used McClanahan. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. So we'll see who they decide to go with. Obviously, Nestor Cortez has the best numbers of any starting pitcher for the Yankees so far. Coming off a loss to Toronto, people are so quick to jump on the Yankees and say, oh, like they're going to fall apart now. They lost to Toronto one game. It's like, bro, they won 9 in a straight games. Like they're allowed to lose a game every now and then. And then they pick it up right back on and they go to the road. They went all the way from Toronto. They went from the Bronx all the way to Toronto, then all the way to Tampa, and they're still winning games. The traveling is not impacting them that much. So pretty damn impressive. I don't say so myself, guys. Any last thoughts on this game?
I think in the end, let's go Yankees. Like this is the type of games that the Yankees would lose, spiral, go on a losing streak, kind of erase the good they did in this road trip. Right, the Yankees have one loss in this road trip. Uno in this entire road trip. They've played 7 games at this point against Toronto and Tampa. 1 loss, 6-1. Right, they win they have, I believe, 6 games left in this road trip. They go 3-3, and they will have had a phenomenal road trip. They are proving that they can beat any team in front of them in any way they would need to beat them. That they can fight back. They don't get punched in the mouth and stay down. They punch back. First team to 50 wins this year. We're halfway to 100 wins, man, and couldn't be any happier to be a Yankee fan.
Absolutely, and you know what? Like you just said, they're fighting, they're resilient, and they're not only just doing it at home, they're doing it away in enemy territory on the road, back-to-back games. You have a 20-game stretch right now, and they're right in the middle of it. So not easy whatsoever. The Yankees are showing that they could beat really good teams. The AL East is full of winning percentage teams. They're above 500. And they're putting them down left and right. So really nice to see this team is beating up on people, and the starting pitching is proving to be consistent, which is really nice. So love to see that. Hopefully get some reinforcements in the bullpen in the coming days. I know a couple guys are working their way back, but we'll keep you guys updated on those metrics and all the information as always, my friends. Hope you guys enjoyed the post-game show. Make sure to like and subscribe as always. We'll catch you guys on the next Fireside Yankees episode.